aṇurbṛhatkṛśaḥ sthūlō guṇabhṛnnirguṇō mahān adhṛtaḥ svadhṛtaḥ svāsyaḥ prāgvaṃśō vaṃśavardhanaḥ.
Over here in this stanza, we see terms or words which are contradicting themselves, opposite words. Pairs of opposites have been used over here. And this can be used only for the Lord. We can't use it for ourselves. So we'll see the word meaning over here. Aṇuho means very, very small. Anu means atom. Atom is something which we can't see. So therefore, Anu represents very, very small. Brhat means very, very large, big, vast, expansive. They are opposite of each other. Small is the opposite of big, big is the opposite of small. When children, we ask them, find out the opposite of this and give a list of words. So they have to write the opposites over there. We can't use it for anything else. Either we are small or we are big. Big built, let us say, big personality. She's got a small personality. We can't say she's got a small personality and a big personality. Either she is this or that. It's only for the Lord that so beautifully opposites we can bring in to describe Him, and they very beautifully align themselves also, to give to us a very beautiful, comprehensive, wholesome picture of the Lord. So Anuhu means small, Brhat means large or big or great, Krisha means very, very thin, dried up almost, Sthula means very, very fat, big, therefore big also there. See, Krisha means thin. We can only say she is thin and she is fat. This friend of mine is thin, this friend of mine is fat. But for the same person we can't say she is thin as well as fat. Not possible. Either we are thin or we are fat. We can't be both together. For Bhagavan, both have been used. Bhagavan is thin and Bhagavan is fat. Thin again means small. Small size, small built, we'll say. Fat means large, expansive, occupying more space. So actually they're all interrelated over there. So this itself shows to us, these are not descriptive definitions of the Lord. They're all indicating to us Bhagavan over there. Anu means very, very small. Very, very small means very, very subtle. We can't see. Body we can see. Molecules, made up of molecules, yes, something is there we can see. Molecules are made up of atoms, we can't see. Why? Atoms are subtler than molecule. And what about the atom? It's made up of electron, proton, neutron, more subtler than the atom. So atomic microscope will show atom, but to see the electron I need an electronic microscope which can show it me. Difficult it is. And now we have also seen that electron, proton, neutron, all of them can be split into smaller particles. So how tiny they must be? Tiniest means, according to Vedantic terminology, tiny means very, very subtle. The energy that is accompanied by something very small is phenomenal, atomic energy. Related to atom. In the atom is the nucleus. Nuclear energy, so the nucleus is smaller than the atom, but the energy associated with the nucleus is far more than that associated with the atom. We can use it for destruction or construction, it is different. So anything which is small means it becomes all pervading, it becomes subtle. Subtler a thing is, more pervasive it is. Ice has got form, gross it is. It occupies some space. When we make it more subtler and bring it into the form of water, water is subtler than ice, it occupies more space. The same ice which we melted and made it into water, it occupies more space. That same amount of water, if we make it into vapor, it's more subtle, it occupies more space. So gross to subtle, when we travel, it means more and more subtle. More and more subtle means more and more all pervading. Bhagavan is all pervading. Therefore, he is the subtlest of the subtlest. How to define him? Anu. But because he is so all pervading, he must be very, very vast. He must be very great. Because we are all supposed to be in him only. Vishwarupa Darshana. Arjuna saw everything and every being in him. All the 14 worlds he saw in him. How large or how vast or how great in dimensions Bhagavan must be to be able to keep all of them inside him. When Yashoda asked Krishna, "You've eaten mud, I believe, open your mouth." He opened his mouth, small little tiny mouth. And in the mouth, she saw everything. Everything she saw. Vatapatrashai, when Markandeya was sucked, as it were, through the breathing in of the Lord, he went into him, into Vatapatrashai. He saw all of the 14 worlds in the Lord. So if everything is there inside the Lord, how vast he must be. And yet he is subtler than the subtlest. So he is smaller than the smallest, he is larger than the largest. And then Krisha means tiny, very small it is. So he is smaller than the tiniest because he is in that blade of grass. He is in the grain of sand. Even they are gross actually. So how thin Bhagavan must be, because he is gone inside that grain of sand, or he is gone inside that blade of grass. In big trees, okay. Tree trunk is fat, Bhagavan also who is sitting inside that is fat. But what about that strand of blade of grass there, or a grain of sand? And that also, if we crush it and make it into powder, in every little particle is there. He must be very, very thin to fit into it. And at the same time, he is so fat because everything is there inside him. All gross forms are there in him. All subtle forms are there in him. Vishwa Rupa Darshana Arjuna had. He had the darshan, vision of the form of the Vishwa. What does Vishwa stand for? Entire realm of change. Starting from Brahmaloka up to Patalaloka. All belong to the realm of change. He saw everything over there. So these pairs of opposite suit only the Lord. We can't use them for anybody else. Why? We are all limited. Either we are thin or we are fat. Either we are tiny or we are large. But Bhagavan is at one and the same time everything. No limitation for him. If we say he is small, that means we have limited him. He can't be big or great or large. If we say he is thin, because he is gone into that God particle also, then we are limiting him. He is beyond limitation. Therefore, he is at one and the same time both. So, Krisha sthūlaha guṇabhṛnnirguṇō. Guṇabhṛt means one who supports all the gunas. We can say he has the gunas also. He takes on to himself all the various qualities and characteristics, and therefore he becomes Krishna. Then he takes on some other characteristics and qualities, and therefore he appears as Rama, or he appears as Shiva. And the same Brahman appears as Devi, or a Ganesha, or Hanumanji, whatever it is. So guṇabhṛt means one who takes on the qualities onto himself and supports them also, so that we become aware of it. But do the characteristics and the qualities contaminate him, limit him, condition him, bind him? No. Therefore, immediately Nirguna. He is beyond all properties. He is beyond all properties. He is without any properties, yet he supports all the properties. Opposites. Guṇabhṛt means one who supports the gunas, one who is full of gunas, or the characteristics, or the qualities, or the properties. Nirguna means one who doesn't have any qualities, characteristics, properties, ityadi. Both of them he is. These are some of the terms which indicate to us the unlimited, the infinite. The best example that we can take for this is the rice that we consume every day. It is nirguna. It has got no gunas. It doesn't have a flavor. We are not talking about those aromatic rice over here. Normally, plain rice, after they all have specialized. After we add in, nowadays we can make varieties of rice with different aroma. But rice as such has got no taste, has got no properties, has got no qualities. The white color that we are seeing is because of our vision. It is colorless. So the rice that we eat every day is colorless, tasteless, odorless, nirguna. And these properties fit into Brahman. Therefore we say Anna Brahma. That is why we worship. Because when we have rice in front of us, it's immediately bringing into our mind Brahman. That's why so much of reverence and so much of respect for all food. But Anna Brahma, it comes in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Anna is the word over there. Anna means cooked food. And literally we are talking about rice over there. So it has got no qualities, absolutely. But then whatever we add on to rice, it takes on those qualities. So when we mix something to the rice, it becomes lemon rice. When we mix something else, some other paste to rice, it becomes tamarind rice. When we mix something else with it, it will become coriander rice, green color. If we mix curds along with that, it becomes curds rice. What will it do? The hot rice, it picks up the characteristics and the qualities and the properties of whatever we are mixing onto it. And then it becomes very colorful. The varieties of rice, colored varieties, rice varieties. It picks up the color, it picks up the fragrance, the essence of everything it picks up. And especially if we cook the rice in the paste, not mix afterwards. If we cook the rice in the paste, it will even more take it in. So it will really look like the rice has got all the characteristics. It's become an integral part of it. It's not an integral part at all. So that which is Nirguna becomes guṇabhṛt. So whatever that paste is, the lemon rice paste or the tamarind paste or whatever other thing we are adding on to it, all of them, they're all supported by the rice. Rice supports it, and also rice takes on to itself all its properties. And therefore then we have varieties of rice. Taste is different, aroma is different, everything is different, look is different. Oh, the green rice looks green, rice looks brown, rice looks yellow in color, rice looks white in color, curds rice. But actually it is Nirguna. So constantly the rice that we are eating, when we have rice for dinner today, we should remember. So the rice that is there in front of us, which becomes our food for us every day, it's constantly indicating to us Brahman. It's pointing out to us Brahman. That Brahman which can be worshipped with qualities, or that Brahman which can be worshipped without qualities, both. So without qualities, Nirguna aspect, the rice in front of us. White is the color which our eyes see. And when we mix up different pastes to the rice, then it becomes full of gunas over there. Bhagavan is just like that. He is nameless, he is formless, he is all-pervading, he is attributeless. We give to him a name, we give to him a form, we give to him certain qualities and characteristics. Krishna is blue, Shiva is fair in complexion. Then we put different types of clothes around them. Yellow for Vishnu, for Shiva it is a tiger skin or an elephant skin. Different. For Vishnu and the avatars, golden ornaments, gem-studded ornaments, golden ornaments. For Shiva it is all the sarpas, sarpa bhushana is. So we are the ones who are to Brahman, superimposing all these things. So name we superimpose, form we superimpose. Shiva's form is not Rama's form, Rama's form is not Krishna's form. And then we again superimpose certain qualities and characteristics, and then a lot of leelas around them, stories around them. Bhagavan is both. We can worship him with form, we can worship him without form. It all depends on how we connect with him. You know, what we are connecting with, how we connect with him is more important. So guṇabhṛt, nirgunaha, mahan, he is great. Mahan atma we say. Mahan means very large, great, expansive it means. Our mind is all sankuchita, narrow, constricted. Heart is constricted. We can't love anybody except our nearest husband or the wife or the children. Beyond that we can't love anybody. Why? We are all very constricted. We do not know how to expand our heart or our mind and accommodate others also into our bosom. We can't. We do not know that. Bhagavan is not like that at all. He is Mahan. Whom all has he accommodated? He has accommodated everybody within himself. So from his standpoint, all of us are equal. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha. Bhagavan says in the 9th chapter Gita. I am equal to everybody. Not only to beings, even to things. All are equal to him. It's just that how we connect with him that matters. So Mahan is. These are all glories of him. We are the ones who narrow him down. So much so that even avatars of Lord Vishnu itself, we separate out. Rama is different, Krishna is different. Of course, they are different with respect to name, form, qualities and their activities, kriya. But basically, all are one. But Rama Bhaktas are separate, Krishna Bhaktas are separate. And there also they will not meet each other. They will say, no, Krishna is the greatest. Rama Bhaktas will say, no, Rama is great. Narasimha Swami Bhaktas will say, no, Narasimha is great. All are nothing but the Lord. And of course we divide we bring about a distinction between Vishnu and Shiva. Both of them are one. We have the Puranas telling us that Hari and Hara are one. Shankara Narayana temple is there. Shankara Narayana story is also there. How Bhagavan himself says, I am both Shankara and I am Narayana also. Just as we have the Ardhanarishwara, half he and half she, just to tell us he and she are equal. Similarly, we have half Shiva, half Narayana, just to tell us both are the same. But in spite of it, we bring them down to why that Mahan Bhava is not there in us. That's why. So Mahan, adhṛtaḥ, dhritam means to support. Mother Earth supports all of us. She is the dharana of us. Therefore, she is called a dhatri, dharani, one who supports all of us. So adhṛtaḥ means one who has got no support. Means nothing supports him. But he supports everything. Who is there to support him? Nobody supports the Lord. But on the other hand, Lord is the one who supports all the 14 worlds. In him everything gets created. In him everything is existing and playing about. And finally into him everything will go away. Disappear into him. So therefore, adhṛtaḥ. But is there anybody to support him? No, there isn't. Because if there is something to support him, then that becomes the supreme most. Since Bhagavan is the supreme most, therefore nothing supports him but he supports everything. Everything has got a cause. And who is the cause? Bhagavan is the sole ultimate cause for everything. Does he have a cause? No, he doesn't have a cause. So no cause supports him, but he supports all causes. Similarly, over here, he supports everything, but nothing supports it. And supporting doesn't mean like a porter who's having, in the railway station, we have the porter, he'll have the suitcases, he'll be carrying them on his head. The entire weight or burden is on him. It's not like that at all. We can say cotton supports the cloth. If we have a cotton towel in front of us, cotton sari we are wearing, cotton supports the entire fabric in that sense. There is no burden over there. Ornaments we are all wearing, earrings, bangle, necklace, gold supports all our ornaments in that sense. It's not in the sense of a support like a burden over there. Remove the gold, ornaments will not be there. Remove the cotton from the cloth will not be there in front of us. In that sense, cotton supports the cotton cloth or the cotton fabric. Gold supports all our ornaments. Remove the gold, no ornaments in front of us. Similarly, Bhagavan supports everything. Remove Bhagavan from all the 14 worlds, the 14 worlds will just collapse. So therefore, adhṛtaḥ, svadhṛtaḥ. We'll always have a doubt. If he is supporting everything, who supports him? He already told us, none supports me. But still, how can nobody support him? Something should be supporting him. With the teachers have told us over here, svadhṛtaḥ. He self-supports himself. He supports himself. If there is a porter carrying, let us say, 2-3 suitcases on his head, he is supporting all of them. What is supporting him? He is supporting himself. Means he is maintaining his balance and walking around. Just not a direct, correct illustration or example, but just to make things easy for us. Who supports Bhagavan? That question will always be there in our intellect. Bhagavan is self-supporting. So then there won't be any questions to ask at all. So he supports himself. He rests in his own glory. So is there anybody to support him? No, he supports himself. And thereby he supports everything else in front of us. So adhṛtaḥ, svadhṛtaḥ, svāsyaḥ. Svāsyaḥ means one who's got the most luminous face, brilliant form, effulgent form. This we have already seen so many times it has come. I mean the name is different, our nama is different, but the implication has already come. He is the one who jyotisham api tat jyotihi. He is the light of all lights, a subjective inner light of all lights beyond darkness. So how brilliant must he be? He is the one who has given light to the sun, to the moon, to the stars, to fire and lightning. How much more brilliant he must be. How much more effulgent he must be. He is the one who gave to these light. Therefore we consider them as primary sources of light. To all these primary sources of light, he is supporting over there. His light supports their light. In the Bhagavad Gita again, Vishwarupa Darshana, we have Arjuna saying over there. I mean, there is a shloka over there. Supposing 1,000 suns, Surya Bhagavan, suns were to make their appearance at one and the same time in the sky, how bright it will be. Like that, the brilliance was that Arjuna was seeing in front of him. And he's put in Sanjaya's mouth, I think. Sanjaya is narrating to Dhritarashtra what Arjuna is seeing in front of him. So if 1,000 suns were to come up at one and the same time in the sky, what will be the effulgence, luminosity, brilliance? Like that he is saying. This is even more beyond that. So svāsyaḥ means one who is very, very effulgent, luminous. We can bring in the factor of beauty over here also. Beauty not in the sense of how we think of beauty. Beauty means life. Life means beauty. Where there is no life, there is no beauty at all. So life gives aliveness to a thing or to a being and makes it beautiful. Or therefore, in that sense, all are beautiful. From Bhagavan's standpoint, there is nothing ugly at all, because he never created anything ugly. All are beautiful because he is in them. If he is there in everything and in every being, how can anything be ugly? All are beautiful, things and beings. Our perspective makes it look beautiful or ugly. It's from our standpoint. So svāsyaḥ, prāgvaṃśō. Vamsha means we know lineage, ancestors. I belong to this ancestry, I belong to that ancestry. Our purvajas were like this. Prāk means before, very, very ancient. Prāgvaṃśō means one who has got the most ancient ancestry. That is why we talk about him as he is our father, he is our mother, he is everything for us. In the 9th chapter, Bhagavan says, I am your father, I am your mother, I am your supporter, I am the one who supports you. But then father means he must be having, I am your grandfather also, he says. So we can shift it back. So prāgvaṃśō means the most ancient. Prāk means he existed even before. That's the meaning of the word prāk over there. That which existed even before. Who existed even before the very start of creation? Who was there even before the 5 great elements were created? Who is the one who was there even before space-time came into existence? Bhagavan was there. From their lineage, ancestry. So actually all of us can trace our ancestry only to Bhagavan. That's the real truth. So they say, I belong to this Vamsha, I belong to that Vamsha, all of us belong to Bhagavan's Vamsha. All things also belong to his Vamsha only. So in that sense, all are divine. Why all of us can trace back our origin only to him. Our roots are in him. Therefore, prāgvaṃśō means most ancient. So he was there even before the concept of Vamsha started. Vamsha, when we say, what does it mean? 2 generations we are talking about. He belongs to my Vamsha. Means father is talking about son, or father is talking about grandson, whatever it is. Cause effect. Father son means father is cause, son is effect. If he is talking about grandson also, father is the grandfather is the cause, in the middle is the father, effect is the grandson. So therefore whenever we use the word Vamsha, Vamsha means it denotes for us cause effect. So we shouldn't only stick to only our generation with respect to only human beings. Vamsha means cause effect relationship. The entire world, 14 worlds, is nothing but a cause effect relationship world. There's a beautiful kirtana on Lord's Son, Navagraha Kirtana, written by Muthuswami Dikshitar. He says, you are the one who is illumining the Karya Karana Jagat. Jagat means realm of change. Why do we call it realm of change? Cause-effect relationship is there. Karya Karana Jagat. This cause-effect relationship world, realm of change, who is illumining it for us? Surya Bhagavan is illuminating it for us. Surya Narayana is illuminating it for us. It comes in Dikshitar's Kriti, Navagraha Kritis on Lord's Son. So prāgvaṃśō means he is the most ancient. He is the one who is ultimately responsible for our cause-effect world. So for anything which we can put into the bracket of cause-effect, things, being, prāgvaṃśō, he is the one most ancient. From him this cause-effect chain started. Whether it is things, whether it can be anything. Plants, they also have their lineage. Animals, we human beings, the lineage. Lineage means cause-effect, cause-effect, cause. All lineages can be ultimately traced back only to him. Therefore, prāgvaṃśō. Vaṃśavardhanaḥ. Vaṃśa again we've seen. Literally it means now coming back to us, our Vaṃśa, our personal lineage. Our personal lineage means we had our great-grandfathers, then we had our grandfather, then we had our father, then we are there, then our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, ityadi. Vaṃśa. Vaṃśa means cause-effect, cause-effect, cause-effect. Vardhanaḥ, one who increases it, one who multiplies it, or one who makes sure that the lineage is continuing. Vaṃśavardhanaḥ. Bhagavan alone. He makes sure that it's not just the grandfather, our lineage being looked after by the Lord or increasing it. We all represent something. For example, an artist. The art that is there in the person has to come down. How will it come down? It need not be through their own children. It can be through their disciples also. Guru Shishya also is included here. Vaṃśavardhanaḥ. It literally doesn't mean giving birth only. So all lineages, Bhagavan alone makes sure that it is being maintained. So literally, yes, our lineage also is being maintained. We say, I belong to this hierarchy, I belong to this family tree. That also Bhagavan makes sure that it is being maintained. And also when we say we, it represents all the talents, it represents all the art forms. Art form doesn't only mean music, dance, drama, etc. Knowledge, everything is maintained. All of it has come down to us. By how has it come down? Father, son, or Guru Shishya, Guru Shishya. Therefore, Guru Shishya also we consider as father and son only. So, therefore, Vaṃśavardhanaḥ means Bhagavan makes sure that everything is being maintained, everything is being nurtured and nourished. He alone is responsible for all of it. Otherwise, many things would have become extinct, many things would have died down. So, who looks after, who maintains? He alone. So, Vaṃśa, we should not only think of our personal Vaṃśa. My grandfather up to my grandson or great, we shouldn't only restrict it to that. Everything, cause effect. It can be art, it can be Shilpa Vidya, sculpture and painting, drawing, embroidery, carpet making. It can be anything. Some medicines come down from father to son or guru to shishya. How to make those medicines, Ayurveda especially. So it gets transferred from the cause to the effect. From the older generation to the younger generation, everything is handed over. Who makes sure so that nothing is lost. When Bhishma Pitamaha was on his deathbed, on the arrow bed over there. Krishna told Yudhishthira, go to him. Do you know the knowledge that it comes in the Mahabharata? Do you know the knowledge that is there in him? If he goes, makes his exit, all the knowledge will go away with him. It will get lost to the world around. We need his knowledge. You go and ask him question. And let him give out all the knowledge that he has got. So there, Bhishma Pitamaha becomes the cause. Yudhishthira becomes the effect. So all the knowledge was handed over to him. Every branch we find, it is voluminous. What all Bhishma Pitamaha conveys to Yudhishthira. Raja Dharma, Grihastha Dharma, everything is there. It all came down. How did it come down? Vaṃśavardhanaḥ, cause effect. Then in turn, Yudhishthira will pass it on to somebody else. That's why in our tradition, in our scriptures, always at the end of it, we will find that transfer this knowledge to the next generation. Whether it is a Bhagavad Gita or anything, Bhagavat, always at the end it will always be said, transfer this knowledge to the next generation, or at least to our children, or at least to those who are near and around us and about us. Means cause effect is there. The person who is transferring the knowledge becomes the cause, and the effect is the one who is receiving it. It can be embroidery, it can be painting, it can be knitting. Transfer it. That is called vaṃśavardhanaḥ. We make sure that it is there so that it can progress further. Afterwards we can improve on it. Creativity is there. But somebody must be there to transfer it. So many art forms are lost. So many talents are lost and become extinct. Bhagavan makes sure that vaṃśavardhanaḥ, he makes sure that everything is moving, is progressing. So vaṃśavardhanaḥ.